Alright everyone, welcome back to Warfield Motor Repair. So, we're going to have a little bit of a review here on my 2021 Kawasaki KX450. So, after finally getting some dirt wheels put on the bike, finally got a chance to go out and ride it at Carolina Adventure World. Did this June 15th, 2025. So, out here, we're going to hit Trail 5 here as the trail I decided to test on. So, quick overview. The bike felt really good, like right from the get-go. So, that was a good thing. I felt comfortable on it pretty much immediately. Power-wise, on the bottom end, it was really good. I felt like it was good. It pulled. I didn't have to use first gear going up a lot of the hills. I could just gently roll it in second, applying the gas here and there. And then mid-range power, I didn't really stay there, but it flowed pretty good. It did what I needed to. I just kind of, if I was in an area, I just held it kind of in the mid-range and just kind of flowed through. That wasn't too bad. And then the top end was where I was impressed. It kept pulling, it seemed, as I'm going through. I'm going, like down the service roads, and it just keeps going. And now I didn't get it off the chip, like, fourth gear pinned and just held it until it started hitting the rev limiter. But all the way, it just kept going. It didn't seem like it had an end to it. Compared to like the 2019 RMZ 450 I had, that you could definitely, that was one of the things, as you're going, it just seemed to taper off power-wise, which I don't race motocross, so I don't need all that top-end power. And comparatively to that RMZ, that seemed to have a little bit more bottom-end grunt and torque to it compared to this bike. But the other difference was the RMZ had a cable clutch. This bike has a hydraulic clutch. Now, it felt really good and smooth in some technical areas. It was very consistent. However, I would like to feel something. So even though the clutch pull is the same, you release it and it feels the exact same, I would love to have a cable. It's very well, I wouldn't say consistent, but I would like to have a much better feel on the clutch. So that was one thing that I did like about that RMZ I had. But overall, the bike wasn't terrible. I had a 21 KX250 a while back, and that was, these bikes, there were times where I thought the 450 kind of felt like 250 a little in terms of weight and how it felt in the turns. But there were definitely times where I was going kind of slow, and I could feel that extra weight going through the corner. And that was one of the things, is going into the suspension, was I have the compression all the way out. It's on the softest setting. I think it's dampening or rebound that's on the underside of the fork. That's whatever it was when I got the bike. So definitely noticed that when you're going really slow and not even in just like decent pace, the forks, it's like hard as a rock. It's very aggressive. You feel everything hurts, but if you keep a decent pace and start flowing, it didn't feel that bad. I felt, actually, it felt better going faster. Now, I didn't launch it crazy. I just, hit a few jumps here and there, but everything felt good. I wasn't using up all the stroke, but I was using enough of it to still feel comfortable, so that was pretty good. Overall, I'd say review on the bike is this bike is definitely trailable. It's not the best trail bike on the market, for sure, but, I was able to work with it, and I felt pretty comfortable. So, overall, good bike. Hopefully it can get out on the motocross track soon and really put the bike in its element. But, for the most part so far, very, very positive on the bike. So, that's kind of it on my review for the bike. So, I'm going to stop talking here, and then, y'all can listen to the raw sounds of the bike.
got wetter back through here. Whoa, something back. You good?
I was just riding and it just shut down on.
Uh-oh. You need me to call the help desk for you?
My buddy was with me. He went back to get the strap. He won't pull me back.
Oh, okay. Alright. Just checking.
Oh, man,
Yep, got you. Alright. Ride safe, man.
I'm glad I ain't get deep into it.
Yep. Alright, well, good luck. Yep, you're welcome.
Hopefully it's just a fan or something.
Yep. Alright. Well, good luck, man. Yep. Uh-oh.
So as I was coming out of Trail 5 and headed down Service Road 1 back to the parking lot, that's when I saw the guy sitting there on the quad, and at first I didn't know if he was taking a break or whatever it was, but I was like, well, he doesn't seem in distress, but let me turn around and see if he's okay. So yeah, I mean, that's what I did. And this is one of the things with like the motorcycling community is like, we all got each other. If we see a fellow rider who needs a little bit of help, we stop and help them out. So that's kind of one of the things that I've always seen, and I try and keep going for myself, is just everyone's in this together, and we're all like one big family. So that's definitely one of the things I try to be on the lookout for while I'm riding. If I see someone that could use a little bit of assistance, I try my best to stop and help out if possible, and all that. So that was definitely one of those, and thankfully he was okay. Just he was riding with a buddy, which I think this guy on the quad here was his friend headed out to help him. So yeah, and I think he's all good. I saw him later on in the day as we were packing up, both of them headed back to their spot, their vehicles, and loading up. So that was good to see later on, is that he got out of the trail okay. And it's a bummer that happened, but just kind of glad that he's all safe. So that's it from this video, so hope you guys enjoyed. Had a lot of fun riding the bike, the 21 KX450 out today. Go check out our other videos that we got when we were riding, and make sure to like and subscribe as well, and catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.